Hi, it is read number 11. You ready for this one? It's called The Mitten. This is by Jan Brett. There are a lot of pictures on this one, so once we get done reading, you might want to go back through and look at all the pictures. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. Lots of pictures. At first, his grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. Good point, Grandma. But Nicky wanted snow-white mittens, and finally Baba made them. After she finished, she said, "When you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow-white mittens." So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. How's he going to find that? A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. Can you see it? A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Big kickers. What's he talking about? His feet. And see, over on this side panel is the boy looking for his mitten. And I think this is what's going to come next. Hedgehog. Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. That was probably smart. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled, but when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Do you know what talons are? These are talons. Do you think that owl is going to fit in there? I don't know. Boy's still looking. Uh-oh. Do you know what's coming next? Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the badger, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. The thumb of the mitten. They gave him the thumb of the mitten to get into. That was nice of them. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. There is not lots of room in this mitten, you guys. You think he's going to fit? Look what's coming next. I don't know how we're fitting a bear in there. Let's see. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be, but what animal would argue with a bear? Not me. The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged to many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. Boy's still looking. And there's the bear. There's a little mouse. I don't know if you've paid attention or not, but the boy seems to be waking these things up because I think there's a mouse here. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the bear's great nose. The great bear's nose. All right. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I am. Look, there's the boy. He's looking at his mitten. Here's all those animals in that mitten. Baba did a great job. And now he's looking. What's going to happen next? The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Ah, 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 chew! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. I'm fully invested. There's the boy. There's all the animals. There's the boy again. He's running. All right, let's see. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. Look at all those poor animals. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. And she's trying to figure out why that one mitten is so big. You think he tells her? Would you? Well, he doesn't know, does he? He doesn't know why his mitten's so big. It'll always be a mystery for Nicky and Baba. That was a good book. I enjoyed the mitten. You enjoy the mitten? Have a great day. Tomorrow is the 12th read of Christmas. It's the last one. It's also Christmas Eve. So, see you tomorrow.